Hello and welcome to a Let's Play of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. This is a minimally modded Oblivion, so this has a user interface mod and that is it. This is for two reasons, because the original user interface is, it's a console user interface, so it doesn't translate well to the PC, so a user interface mod is very welcome. Minimal modding because that's how I played the Morrowind and Skyrim. And the game has been incredibly unstable for me. The only reason I'm even bothering to try this now is that I recently played Divinity Original Sin 2, which suffered from a similar issue. There I sort of overcame it by underclocking my graphics card. I'm trying the same with Oblivion, in the hopes that it has a similar stabilizing result to the game. I'm sort of hopeful that it actually does, because I can't find any popular crashing that happens in a similar way that it happens in my game, so it's much more likely that something in the computer hardware is the cause of the problems instead of something in the actual game. This is a Game of the Year edition, so it has all the DLCs and expansions included. I haven't played the original Oblivion in ages, but I have never played the expansions to this, so that's new to me too. So I'm fairly excited in trying to play this. They should start with an opening cinematic.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Never going to take a look at my character, so I don't care how I look. The important part is really what race we're going to choose. And I've thought about this a little bit. I'm gonna be a Rupert. A Breton Rupert. Instead of... the game has three main classes: fighter, rogue, mage, or archetypes maybe. But instead of taking any of those, I think our approach is offensive power. We will have to start somewhere though, and I'm going to start with magic. Bretons have a good defense spell that reduces incoming physical damage drastically, Also, they have a natural resistance to magic. It's basically a huge survival boost that I can use. I think they have a minor bonus to magicka. And that is important. We want some stealth capabilities so we can do Thieves quests and Assassin's Guild quests. But more or less what we want is magical offensive power, summoning power, physical damage, offensive physical damage. All three combined to annihilate all opposition. And we can do shitty laughter on top of the fallen enemy corpses. Anything else is sort of extra. Are you sure you want to be a Briton? No, I'm not, but let's take one anyway. Turning quest markers off. Basically it means that the compass at the bottom of the screen does not have a direction where the next quest is gonna be. It can still be shown in the larger maps. So it's not like it'll disappear all over. It just means that certain quests like find some person or some treasure item in a dungeon. So instead of seeing it on the compass exactly where it is all the time, I might have to actually search for it in a dungeon. So it's not a big thing, but I hate the fact that there are certain type of quests that are clearly built around those clear instructions and markers missing, but I can't exactly pretend they're not there if I have to stare at it constantly on the main screen, so I'm turning it off. We should have some spells. 50% reduction of the physical damage for 60 seconds. This is our race ability. Basic destruction spell, basic heal spell. 50% resistance to magic, so anything magic related, damage related is gonna be cut to half incoming damage. I'm not sure how it affects non-damage spells. Maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter, I'm interested in the damage mainly. And we have 50 points extra magicka. This is relevant because the magic system here is sort of a mixture of Morrowind and Skyrim. In Morrowind there's no natural magicka regeneration. Here there is. However, there is no way to really increase it besides just increasing your stats or attributes. So there's no plus 100% magicka regeneration abilities in the game. 2. Some of the spells are incredibly expensive. So how much magicka you sort of have does limit you quite a bit. Like, you can see the regeneration rate here. It's there, but it is not rapid, so you can't carelessly just throw powerful spells in a fight, because you might be able to throw maybe 1 or 2, then you might have to wait multiple minutes before you can throw another. So the more buffer you have, or a bigger tank of magicka, the more you can do, the longer you can hold out in a fight. You can always pause it and drink how many ever potions you want, but I don't want to play that way.
Pale skin, snotty expression. You're a Breton, the masters of magic.
I love this guy.
Nothing but a bunch of stuck-up snobs with cheap parlor tricks. Go ahead, try your magicka in here. Let's see you make those bars disappear. No? What's the matter? Not so powerful now, are you, Breton? You're not leaving this prison till they throw your body in the lake. Oh, that's right. You're going to die in here, Breton. You're going to die. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
He has race-specific insults for every race.
Yes, sir. My sons. They're dead, aren't they?
The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
My job right now is to get you to safety. What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
No sign of pursuit. Stay put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
What is going on?
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Why am I in jail?
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
Who are you?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
What should I do?
You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Please, sire, we must keep moving. Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
Looks like this doesn't concern you, prisoner.
Stay out of our way.
The big thing about this game when it came out was that it's one of the first games that had a physics system. You can interact with your environment. Shooting arrows at a bucket on top of a or above a well would impact how the bucket behaved and moved it along and so forth. But that was a big thing when the game came out. I do recall that. The thing is, it's rarely used in the game to any good effect, so it's sort of just a gimmick. Still, it does make an impact. Impacts immersion. It works well with certain type of traps, but and bodies fly around or move around a little bit more naturally, but that's about it. We're more or less in a tutorial section of the game, so nothing bad can really happen.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
Take them down! The captain's down!
I'll play until we get out of this and we get to the actual game world.
Protect yourself.
Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Red.
She's dead. Sorry, sire.
Everything in this game has to do is it durability? So weapons will break on their own and so forth. You need to constantly be repairing them, or they'll lose their
Could they be
effectiveness
waiting
very
for us
quickly.
here?
Don't know. It's too late to go back now. Don't worry, sire. We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
We'll need to play through this tutorial to actually complete creating our character. It is not complete yet, not by a long shot. Since we are relying heavily on summoning and destruction magic, we need to be good at alchemy too. That's why I'm collecting these rat parts. There's also a lot of ways to exploit and maximize your effectiveness with these character creation. How many times you develop a skill that has a certain governing attribute and things like that. I honestly don't want to give a shit about that. I just want to play. I mean, it is more effective to care, but you'll still be okay if you don't. And I don't want to think about that. I have a habit of thinking about it too much. If I start to do it, it becomes a problem for the gameplay. Ah, the lockpicking system. I actually like the lockpicking system in this game quite a bit. It's more or less tap a tumbler up, lock it when it's right at the top, and if you time it correctly, it'll stay there. This is a tutorial lock, so it's very slow and it's steady speed how it moves. Outside the tutorial, they have varying speeds every time you tap up, so they can be slow or quick and things like that. So they're harder to predict. Also, your skill affects what happens when you fail to connect it. Every time you fail, you will lose a lockpick, but if you don't have a lot of skills, all successfully locked tumblers in the top position will fall down, so you have to redo them. I like it not necessarily because it's a great mini game, but because I don't have any pants. Right. I like it because it actually benefits greatly from the skills connected to picking the locks. In the modern version, and I guess in the Fallout games too, you have a huge abundance of lockpicks compared to how often to use them, because lockpicking is so simplistic. Any ability tied to lockpicking, it's really a waste because lockpicking is so easy. This is, I think, pretty much the last game where that's not the case. Here you need plenty of lockpicks, and there's an actual mini game that has a good chance of failure for you to play. So it's an overall better balanced system. I'm not sure if it's a better system though. Just saying the modern versions aren't particularly good. They're way too easy. I do not want to use a bow. I don't want to be a stealth archer of some sort. I want to be in your face ass kicker. I was about to talk about how alchemy works in this game, but we'll get to that. I don't have any equipment to do it. I'm pretty sure you get it in the tutorial section anyway. One major improvement over Morrowind 2 is stamina is not trained when you run. I'm constantly running here. This would be the standard movement speed of Morrowind. So this is not nearly as tedious to play. Your stamina recovery is drastically slowed down though if you're running. So if you run and fight, you quite often will run out of stamina in lengthy fights. So you either need to use potions or slow down or pace your attacks. So it does affect how you want to play the game. It just doesn't cripple your standard movement like in Morrowind. Average luck. Yeah, this is a normal lock. Different movement speeds. If I fail, the two that are locked in up position will come back down and I'll have to redo them. The games can seem very easy, and it's not all that complicated. The thing is, it is very sensitive to proper timing. So if you are even a little bit of out of shape really, or make a little bit of mistake or get distracted or something, you can lose a lot of lockpicks quickly and have to redo things quite a lot. So it can quickly become a big problem, the amount of lockpicks you have. There are plenty of ways to buy them though. Thieves Guild always sells them. So it's more of a money sink more than anything else. At the same time, if you are really good at time things, you should really have no problem with it. Even if you fail occasionally, more often than not succeed without too much trouble. It also has an auto system, so you can just let your skill decide if you succeed or not. You don't have to try to play the lengthy game. But that's skill dependent, character skill dependent, and at the start of a game, you don't have any. Nothing important should be happening here, so that's why I'm sort of just trying to run through this maze or tunnel. Might have to kill a couple of goblins and rats, and that'll be basically it. It was our sneaking tutorial. Alchemy ingredients. Mortar and pestle. Basically, it's a portable alchemy table. The thing about this is, it works in a weird way. You can only add items that have ingredient or effects you already know. If I remove this, put a no. View all. Let's put rat meat there. I can't even create a potion. So there is no possibility of using time to test out different potential combinations. We just need to get more alchemy skill. It's the only way to basically get better effects. There are, I think, 4 implements that affect alchemy. Mortar. Oh, I'm getting DLC quests to repair the orrery. Managed to lose 2 lockpicks on a very easy lock because it was so slow. But that's what I mean. It is very finicky. You can do it for a long time without making any mistakes and then lose multiple lockpicks on the easiest of locks. And traps. Relying on the physics system. They're sort of clumsy looking, really. And there's very few situations where they're really used properly in a way that you can generally take a lot of advantage of them. The tutorial dungeon is probably the area where they're used the most. There are a couple of additional places, but it is not a common thing that they're used. That slow and pathetic log rolling was deadly. So that's more or less a good indication, or an example rather, how these work. They're designed, they're hard to use naturally. This is a rare occurrence to see a trap like this, and they had placed 2 targets specifically for us to kill there. So it's sort of more or less a showcase of what the game can do, but it is rarely used in actual situations. The sound of the spellcasting sort of disappeared. This happens in the game. I don't know why. The fix is simply to switch the spells to something else, then switch it back, and the casting sound is back. That seems to be spell-specific thing. So it doesn't really apply to anything except spellcasting. Probably if you spam spells it can happen. Not sure if I can do anything about it, and since the fix is so simple, I'm not sure if I want to bother. It's, you know, even if there is a fix, it would take a little longer for me to actually implement it than it does to just change the spell. Goblin Shaman Staff. Shock damage 5 points on target. Whoopidoo. Soul gem to recharge the staff. got a repair hammer. And we lost the repair hammer. This is the life of a low armor skill character.
We should find a defensible spot and protect the Emperor until help arrives.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before more of those bastards? We need to get the Emperor out of here. This is the for the Emperor!
Damn it! It's that prisoner again! Kill him! He might be working with the assassins.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us.
As you wish, sire.
They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
I don't know. I don't think about it.
I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
There are a couple of good options, plenty of terrible options. We're gonna go with the mage. Basically, 50 points of free extra Magicka, but it's not a huge amount, but it comes with no downsides. The best Magicka wise would be the Atronach, but it means you will lose the natural Magicka regeneration entirely. It will be replaced with 50% spell absorption. To be fair, that is an incredibly powerful ability. So you have a coin flip of a chance to get all the magic the enemy cast at you and take 0 damage. And you can buff it through enchantment even higher. So it's not a bad thing. And if you're good at alchemy, you can live with this. However, I do like the convenience of the regeneration Magicka. Especially early on, it's a lifesaver, and it's a huge convenience thing. So I'm gonna go with mage. It gets us offensive potential without any major sacrifices or downsides.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
What about me?
Your stars are not mine. Today the mage shall light your way on the paths of glory.
Aren't you afraid to die?
No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
Can you see my fate?
My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death. But in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
Where are we going?
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
You may as well make yourself useful. Here, carry this torch and stick close.
Tell me about the blades.
We're the Emperor's bodyguards. Our job is to get him out of situations like this. Although I admit, things are not going according to plan.
Uriel Septim.
My job is to make sure the Emperor gets out of here alive, and I intend to do it. Stick close and let us do our job. You'll be all right.
Good potions. My character must have changed. Because it got an update to the constellation choice.
Prisoner, Stanford needs help!
The Emperor's in danger!
For the Blades and the Emperor!
It's really not all that much we can do. I'm not powerful enough to really kill anyone. So while I can fight them, the blades will kill them in like 3 hits anyway, so there's not much reason bothering to do anything.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look. Looks clear. Come on. We're almost through to the sewers. Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go!
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir?
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
For the Emperor!
Over here!
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Stranger, you chose a bad day to take up with the... Ah!
No. We failed. I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead. The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body.
The Emperor gave it to me.
Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men. The Amulet of Kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why?
I must take it to Joffrey.
Joffrey? He said that? Why?
There is another heir.
Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral.
So how do I get there?
First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers.
The sewers?
There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced witch hunter. Am I right?
Yeah, choose your class. I'm not choosing a made class. We'll take a custom class. Choose your specialization. Specialized skills get plus 10 and increase faster. I also sort of want to take magic. Yeah, why not? Because we are going to take other things too. And some things are much harder to raise than magic. Magic would allow us to get access to powerful casting abilities sooner though. It could act as a main pillar for our combat that would support the increase of the physical combat aspect. We would have to buy training in armors, but I'll take it. 2 favorite attributes, you will gain +5 to each one. I'll take luck because luck can't be raised more than 1 point per level up. You cannot raise it faster. Everything else can be raised from 1 to 5 points per level up, depending on what skills you used. I'll also take strength because carry weight. Here's the big choosing moment. 7 major skills that decide which skills are used for level ups. No other skill affects your level at all. Character level. And based on character level, the world will level scale with you, so preferably more combat skills than anything else. Conjuration is a safe bet, so is Destruction, both very much combat capability related. I think I'll take armors too. Weapon skills and block, that's B7. Why these? Because I do want to use physical combat too, and this will allow me to sort of use which armor type is more convenient based on the enchantments. But most importantly, we're tying our leveling up with combat prowess. So we will always be, one way or another, capable of taking down the leveled up or level Level appropriate enemies. If it's magic or physical combat or survivability, we will have it, more or less.
I wasn't far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble.
Okay, after the sewer, then what?
You must get the amulet to Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed to Wayne Priory immediately. Got it?
No. I understand.
Good. The Emperor's trust was well placed.
What about you? What will you do?
I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body, and make sure no one follows you. You'd better get moving. May Talos guide you. By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades.
Yeah, go to this horse armor. This has to be DLC. Take this dangerous job and go to the Grandmaster of our order. Let me just steal your best weapon out of you. Asshole. Dunbarrow Cove. We really need some pants though. Did his sidekick die? Maybe we can lose his sword. We should have gained new abilities and spells, right? We have a Summon Skeleton. Turn undead, don't care. Shocking Touch, Cold Touch. At least we have a complete character at this point. Might have to bite a little bit before we can get out of here. Unearthing Maroon's Razor. Yeah, DLC. Deep Scorn Hollow DLC. Frostcrack Spire DLC. Battlehorn Castle DLC. I read through basically store descriptions, what the content does. There's a couple of quests that are genuinely about the quest and the story, so they should be fairly good expansions, but a lot of them are more or less just extra homes for class specific types. So there's a fighter, mage and a thievery base of operations. You can basically just go there and start using them immediately. The problem is that they're far superior for those classes than any other the normal game offers. It's a problem because they're basically too good for a character that just scrolls out of a dungeon here. I don't want to use them now, so I'm going to just ignore them for at least until we're established that we are capable of taking care of ourselves. We have sources of income, probably have a house somewhere already. Then we can look at those class-specific targets. I'll play through all of them, make them all on my base. Not sure if I want to develop them fully. At least not initially, certainly not. But I do want to take a look what they offer. Just don't want to start with them. We'll start with something much more humbler. That's it. Tutorial over. Game world doesn't look exactly amazing, but it looked great once upon a time. I still like how it looks. I don't think it's ugly or anything. The biggest difference that I noticed to things like Skyrim is that there's nothing in the air. This is like a large room with a light bulb at the top, but there's no dust or particles in the air or anything like that. It's just empty. There might be a butterfly moving around, things like that, but that's it. It's amazing how big of a difference it makes to the atmosphere. I still don't think this looks fine. Let's look at... yeah, I really need the pants. There's nothing all that much to be said. We have about 120 pounds free carry weight, and I can't really do much unless I get some decent amount of cash. If I go to the city now, and I can't buy any real spells anyway to buff my selection, so I think I'll explore at least a couple of sites, loot as much as I can carry, and then go to the city, to the market district. Sell all the extra crap, buy some spells, and see where we stand after that.